Hey folks, Daniel here. Wanted to touch base and go into a bit why we decided to end up stopping doing farmers market and what our plans are from here with the brownie business. It's a lovely chilly day. I've got my Hollow Roast mug here filled with Hollow Roast decaf coffee. Check Nicole Sauce over there out if you want delicious, maybe not local unless you're in Tennessee, but small business owned, super caring about people, wants to do the best for all. It is absolutely delicious, but it's neither here nor there. So last week was, if you haven't caught up, was our last week as Off Kilter Brownies at the Memorial Villages Farmers Market. We were rather sad to quit. I really enjoyed it overall. When Katie and the kids have been able to come, she's enjoyed it. It's an awesome community. There's a lot of people we're gonna miss. We have made new friends there, and my friends, the Carlsons, who we've been longtime friends with, we will miss as well. So it is a bummer. Why did we do it though? So it takes a good, basically 2 full working days between my wife and I to get the farmers market done. Katie spends most of the day on Friday getting market prep done, making fresh product, etc. And if I need to stock up any mixes, getting the car loaded, all that good stuff. So that takes basically between the 2 of us all day on Friday. And I'm still working a full-time job. So, and then as well, I'm basically gone. I would leave the house around 6:30, get up at 5, finish getting everything packed, leave around 6:30, and would typically get home between 3 and 4, and then had to unpack all the good stuff. So basically it was eating up all of our time, and we understood that. If starting a business is, whether it's a side hustle or a full-time business, especially if you want to create something bigger with it, it's a lot of work. It's absolutely positively a lot of work. So we understood that. But originally we started at the farmers market as a way to easily get in. I've known the Carlsons for years. We've sold at other farmers markets together. I knew the Memorial Villages Farmers Market is fantastic. If you're in the Houston area, check them out. If you want to sell at a farmers market, check them out as well. So yeah, it's a great market. I knew it was an easy place to start. I knew it would put cash into the business quickly. And we very quickly became cash positive. And I can go into what I mean by that later on. And so yeah, it was totally worth it. We did it about a year, I guess it was probably about 20 months or so, a little over a year and a half. We started at the end of March of 2019 was when we started. So it was definitely a good run, definitely worth doing. So we intended the farmers market to not only bring in quick cash infusion to the business to start out with, but as well to go ahead and kind of get us going, and hopefully push revenue to our website as well, and hopefully have people, they knew they weren't going to be coming to the farmers market, so hey, we're going to order online so we can get it, or we've got friends, we think they'd love your product. They're not local here, they live in California, we'll tell them about you and they'll order it, or we'll send it to them. We've gotten a little bit, but I mean, a handful of people in the year and a half or more we've been doing it. Really, so you're talking maybe 5 to 10 orders in that time. Trying to push to our email list, trying to push to our website. Could we do better? Probably. Always. It's always true, right? But so it's just been one of those things, and it takes a massive amount of time. We were hoping that by now we would really start seeing it, and we just haven't been. So our original goal for the market was not being accomplished. Now, do you change goals in business? Absolutely. So we then had to evaluate, well, what is this doing for us? Like I said, it was cash positive very quickly early on. So when I say cash positive, I'm talking we weren't paying ourselves and we were doing all the labor for everything. So cost of the food we're taking, actual market fee, that kind of stuff. Those basic things were paid for. if we were not that way, if it was actually a drain on cash resources, we would have stopped way earlier, but it wasn't. So that was a good thing. It was putting cash into the business. We haven't paid ourselves a dime in any of this stuff. You get into that, we factor that into our numbers ultimately, but we haven't actually taken any money out of business. So yeah, we basically got to the point where on really good days, we were maybe, for the time both my wife and I put into it, we were maybe paying ourselves $10 an hour. It's not very good. There's a lot of things I can do for $10 an hour. And we have tried many things to try and improve our product offerings and how we do things at the farmers market, kind of without doubling our booth, which is just not possible there. In our opinion, we've kind of done as much as we're really probably able to do there. So we're at this point of we're spending all this time on it. It was also preventing me from actually working on the website. Okay, preventing is the wrong word. You know, it's how I'm choosing to spend my time. But with the amount of time that my wife has spent on things, and then me, the way I was spending time, like I said, I would spend all my day at market, and I was just physically and mentally worn out by the time I got home. My day job is pretty can be very emotionally and mentally taxing, so sure, maybe I've got time at night, but it's hard to transition off of that when you've had a super mentally hard day all around. So anyway, it was basically preventing us from working on that. So we just kind of looked at things and said, this thing is not making us money. We're also by now hoping to be to the point where it was making the margins we needed to at least make it worthwhile being there. Well, it wasn't. So, and that's concerning. It needs to be worthwhile. Now, absolutely, there are things you do for marketing channels. Businesses will do loss leader kind of things where, yes, you're technically losing money over here, or you're making less than you would ideally want to, but that wasn't even the case. We were, you know, it wasn't even doing those things for us. It wasn't pushing business to the website. So that was kind of why, that's why we decided to say, we're really at this point, it's becoming a pretty big drain on the family. Katie's spending a ton of time on it. We're missing out on family time. Do you make those sacrifices to start a business? Okay. Yes, absolutely you do. That's absolutely true. But you have to make smart choices too, right? And things have to be worthwhile. We're into this almost 2 years, and we're not making more than, as a really good day, we're making $10 an hour. The last few weeks we're at market, maybe making $5 an hour. It's not really, yeah, not beneficial. So yeah, being at farmers market was not fulfilling its marketing goal of pushing business to the website. It also was not pushing our profitability goals of even basically paying ourselves what it needs to be just to be there. We probably weren't even counting a decent amount of other time where we were still doing other stuff. So that is why we chose to stop selling at farmers markets. I think farmers markets are awesome. I love them. I am so sad to be out of that community. It's Saturday when I'm recording this. It's really unfortunate that I'm not there because I love those people. I love seeing one of my super good friends. We talk about all sorts of fun stuff. But here we are. So I just wanted to share with y'all why we stopped doing the farmers market and let y'all know because some of the background. Feel free, let me know if you have any questions, and I will be going into some deeper stuff about growing the business, how to start a small business for those of you who maybe want to and haven't. I'm still very much in the beginning stages. That's great. Yeah, so am I super successful? Absolutely not. Do I have much more to learn? Absolutely. But sometimes I know it's beneficial to have someone in the beginning. So yeah, let me know if y'all have any questions.